Hello and welcome to another WordPress tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how I solved this problem, can't select database. Now, there are a number of different reasons why you may be seeing this error message. So I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible and just show you what I did. And it worked for me, and hopefully it works for you too. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is locate our wp-config file. Now, this file would be residing on our FTP server in our website folder. So if you know how to get to your FTP server and your website folder where all of your WordPress files are being stored, go ahead and do that now. If you don't know how to do that, you can download a free program called FileZilla. Now, I'll include a download link to download FileZilla in this video's description. Go ahead and download it, install it, enter your host, username, and password. Now your host is easy. It would be something like ftpyourwebsite.com, and then your username and your password. If you don't know what this information is, you can simply Google, where can I find my FTP information for GoDaddy, or let's just say Bluehost. That's who I use. Or Yahoo. You get the point. The point is that it's different for every hosting provider. So I'm not really sure where yours would be. But this is how you can find it. So once you find it, put in this information and log into your FTP server. And once you log in, you'll be able to see a directory, and that'll have a bunch of folders in it, and you'll probably see either a public HTML folder or the folder that your website is in, all the WordPress files. So go ahead and click on that folder, and this is where we want to find the wp-config file. So I'm just hitting W on the keyboard to there we go, and wp-config is right here. Now they also provide a sample. And I actually used the sample. I was working with the sample to get my website back online, and I'm going to show you both ways to do it. So the first way is let's just download the wp-config file. We can just select it, drag and drop, and let's go ahead and also download the wp sample because we can fill that out if we need to. So now that we have both of these files here on our desktop, we can right click and we can open them with Notepad. It's the easiest way. So we're going to make a couple changes to this wp-config file, and those changes are going to be here and here. Now this is given that your wp-config file is working, it's fine. It's just these two things are wrong. It's pointing to the wrong database. We're one database. So in this example, it's pointing to the 2. So you might have a different number. You most likely will. Now a database is created every time you make a WordPress website. So you'll have a different number here depending on which database we're trying to point to. So I had to actually I had the wrong database number, and I didn't have this part, my username, in front of it. I made a sample wp-config file, and I didn't know how to do it, and I just put this, just the database name, in these two fields, and so that wasn't working. So they'll tell you what your username is right here in the second bullet point, and they'll tell you enough information about your database to be able to guess which database number it is. So I have 2 right now. It could be 1, 2, 3. I have 5 WordPress websites, so it could be any one of those 5. Now, chances are you're getting this error message and you already have the right database number. You're just missing the username and the underscore, and in my case, that's all I was missing. So all I needed to do was open my wp-config file, go here under define db name, and type in my username underscore, and I kept this the same, and I had to do that here as well. And once you do that, all you need to do is save the wp-config file that we're modifying, go back to your FTP server, copy and paste, upload it, overwrite it, and that'll save those changes that you just made. That should solve your problem if it's the username and underscore that's missing from your wp-config file. Now, if you need to, you can try making a sample wp-config. It's not that hard. I actually did it. You just need to take your time. So let's go ahead and open the wp sample config sample file, and let's just go through it real quickly. So here it is, where it's kind of hard to see because it's not color coded, and I usually use a different program, and I'll use it right now just so that I can make a point. So here's the wp-config file, the sample one. Now under DB name, we would put the database name here. Now in some cases, depending on who's hosting your website, you would only put your database name. So you would only put this bit of information. So you would put where1. But in my case, I had to put the username first, just like here. So you would put that bit of information here. You would put your username here. So this is the other way to do it. Okay, so we have our database name, we have our username, and we would put in our password here. Now this is your WordPress password. So you put in your WordPress password here. We would keep localhost the same, UTF-8 the same, this stays the same, and I believe everything else stays the same. That's how easy it is. We don't need to change anything else. So we would just file, save as, and we're save asing because I just said asing, didn't I? We're save asing because we don't want sample in the name. We want just wp-config.php. So we'll save that file as wp-config. And yes, I do want to overwrite the file. And then I'll take that file and I'll re-upload it to my server. I'm not going to do that because that's not the right settings for my website. So try those two things, and I'm pretty confident that it will work. It worked for me, and yeah, it took me a while to figure it out. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, couldn't figure it out. And but this worked, so I hope it worked for you. Leave a comment. Let me know if it did. Let me know if it didn't. And also let me know if you have a different problem, because this is really a string of a bunch of problems that I had. So I'd be more than happy to make a video to show you how to solve any one of those problems. So that's it. And like always, thank you for watching.